Okay, time for part 4. Let's begin. Starting off with the Jimmy Sturr Christmas Show, featuring Jimmy Sturr and his orchestra, with special guests Bill Anderson, Polonaise dancers, St. Lisa Orchestra Choir, and Lynn Marie Rink. 1995 release by Star Video. And actually, yeah, I put this one into a new tape shell because the original shell had a really bad crack in it at one point. I think, like right here or something. You can even see, yeah, you can even see right there, there's like a little hole right there. So, yeah, I think this got stepped on at one point. But I did put in a new shell, and now it works fine. That's why the label kind of looks like that. Why it's taped on like that. So, yeah. The Christmas Carol video, favorite carols and holiday scenes, featuring the choir of the Cathedral of St. John the Divine, from 1987 by Creative Programming Inc. / Twin Tower Enterprises. Christmas Reflections with the Lettermen, from 1988 by Scimitar. Yeah, this and that Santa's Rock and Roll Christmas one, I believe, are the oldest Scimitar tapes that I have in my collection. Opened up to make a nice little Christmas card right there, just like the Rock and Roll Christmas one. So, yep. All right. Daniel O'Donnell, Christmas with Daniel, as seen on public TV. Originally released in 1996, but this is a 2003 repackaging. This is by DBTV Media and DetroitPublicTV.org. I think this is like probably like a PBS kind of type special, if I had to guess. Yep, you can see, even says 1996, originally released, 2003 repackaged. Okay. These next three are by Amvest Video Corporation, who I know also did another version of Nuttin' for Christmas, which I know VHS Media Man has that copy, and I'd obviously like to get that someday, but for now I have these other three ones by Amvest. Here is Christmas with Abbott and Costello, from 1987. The Dangerous Christmas of Red Riding Hood, also a 1987 tape. And Amos and Andy, Spirit of Christmas. This one's from 1988. This is another one that I need to rewind at some point. Okay. Here's another Abbott and Costello Christmas special tape. This is from UAV, starring Tom and Jerry and Paul and Mary Ford. It's got other volumes in this same series right there. This one is in SP mode. Piece of the lid, unfortunately, broke off. And unfortunately, this tape is, I don't know if it's sun-faded, but it's either sun-faded or it's just very worn, because the tracking's kind of bad throughout the whole thing. It gets very staticky and fuzzy a lot, unfortunately. But I'm still going to keep this for right now until I hopefully get a better copy at some point. But, yeah. Here is A Silent Christmas from 1998 by Critics' Choice Video Inc., part of the Masterpiece Collection. So, yeah, this features a bunch of different Silent Christmas shorts, including things like the 1905 adaptation of The Night Before Christmas, the original 1910 version of A Christmas Carol, the first of hundreds of different versions of A Christmas Carol, and the 1925 film Santa Claus. So, yeah, from the Killiam Library, Killiam Silent Classics. So, yeah, shorts. So, yeah, the films in here were released between 1905 and 1925. So, yeah, that's a really cool tape. Alright, so got two Lawrence Welk Christmas tapes. The Lawrence Welk Holiday Special, Great Moments and Memories, from 1994. And a Lawrence Welk Family Christmas, live from the Champaign Theater at Branson, Missouri, from 1995. I think this might be a reprint, but I'm not sure. The Honeymooners Christmas Special, 1989 VHS release by MPI Home Video. This is part of the Honeymooners Lost Episodes collection series. Features the episode Christmas Party, originally aired December 19th, 1953. I believe this was also released as part of a Honeymooners Holiday Classics 2-tape set in this like big box, which I would love to maybe get that at some point. The Littlest Angel, starring Johnny Whitaker, who was also in the 1970s musical version of Tom Sawyer. Yeah, this is a cheap public domain release of this film. And it's a very cheaply made movie, too. I have seen this movie before. It's a very low-budget film, let's just say that much. Yeah, this one's in EP mode, and yeah, I gotta rewind this one as well at some point. Alright, we got 3 other ones released by Video Treasures. Here's Brer Rabbit's Christmas Carol. Holly bonus inside, 3 colorful Christmas cards your child can sign in mail. And, well, I did get this sealed, so the cards actually are still in there, actually. So 1992, this is in SP mode. And here are the cards that it comes with. Very nice. September 24th, 1992. Here is Little Women's Christmas Story. So this one... Yeah, I thought Saban had something to do with this, but I don't think anyway. Free holiday ornament inside. Well, unfortunately, it does not come with that, because I bought this one used. But, yeah, this is another 1992 tape. This one I think is an LP, or it could have been SP, I'm not sure. Then here is Up on the Housetop, a delightful animated Christmas story. Also from 1992. This one is in LP mode. The classic Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus. This is a 1988 pressing. However, I believe this copy is a slightly later printing. Yeah, but it actually uses the 75th anniversary labels on it. But it is a reprint. September 5th, 1990, and the 43rd week of 1990. Since it has a printed right there, we all know what this will have at the end. Here is another copy of a Chipmunk Christmas. This is I think an 80s copy, but this is done by, yeah, this is the Chipmunk Library Presents version. Recorded on TDK videotape. So, yeah. Santa Bear's High Flying Adventure. from 1993 by FHE. Says it's recorded in SLP mode, however, this actually is an SP mode copy. And it has the Vestron V logo on the label, actually. I forget if this had the Vestron opening or the FHE opening. I have to check again. September 21st, 1992. Opus and Bill in A Wish for Wings That Work. Night High 1 special. Night High 3 released by MC Universal Home Video. Comes with a business reply card. It's got those dark red printings, so we know what this has at the end. 49th week of 1993. Oh, hang on. There we go. Alright, so Christopher the Christmas Tree, the little tree of a big dream. 1994, released by CBS Fox Video / Fox Video. Uh, 35th week of Night High 4. This probably has widescreen depth click and tone at the end if I had to guess. A second star to the left, A Christmas Tale. 2001 special, but this is a 2003 release by MGM, co-produced by Broadway Video. September 24th, 2003. Spunky's First Christmas from 1997 by CBN, GTS, and Tyndale Family Video. '44th week of 1997. And yeah, it is duplicated by rank, actually. You see it says RVS right there. The Little Christmas Burrow. Another UAV tape. Plus bonus cartoons. However, this is a Sterling Entertainment reprint. And yep, it is an EP mode one. But yeah, this has a bit of a different... This is designed differently than some of the other Sterling EP mode ones. So I think this one's more or less likely to get worn out than some of the other ones I showed before. I think. Still going to be careful with it, though, of course. The Gift of Winter, a brilliant Christmas classic from 1992 by Crest Video Marketing, featuring the voices of Gil Radner and Dan Aykroyd. Milroy, Santa's Misfit Mutt, featuring character voices by Buddy Epson, Ruth Boozy, and Don Messick. A Christmas Fantasy by Greg Shelton. This is a KVC home video release from 1987. Yeah, it's a Cortez Video Communications tape, actually. Christmas in Happy Forest. This is part of the God's Happy Forest series. Love is the Greatest Gift. From Brownlow Publishing Company. This is from 1990. This label says 1990 anyway. Yep. Again, another one of the oversized reels. Red Boots for Christmas from Nights High 5 by Lutheran Hour Ministries and distributed by Envoy Productions Family Entertainment. Yeah. Alabaster's Song from 1996 by Tommy Nelson. Yeah, it is from Tommy Nelson. Co-produced by Word Kids. Yeah, no printing on this. Ziggy's Gift, 1984 release by Vestron. This is 1982 special. This actually, I believe, is the original print. Recorded on a Scotch tape. Has a sticker up there where there's no printing on it. The Little Crooked Christmas Tree, narrated by the late Christopher Plummer. 1993 released by ABC Video. Yep, this one is an EP mode. Okay, and then next I have two different copies of The Best Christmas Pageant Ever by Regency Home Video. This is I think probably a late 80s or early 90s copy, and then this is a 1996 release, which is one that actually does say on it. And yeah, this one's got red colored and this one's got green coloring. Well, this one's red coloring with green text, and this one's green case with red text on it. So very cool. And you can definitely tell this one's a later one because of that right there. Anyway, here's the original release of it. Again, I think this is from like late 80s, early 90s. Not entirely sure. Doesn't actually say. But then here is the 1996 release of it. Bead Nell Grade 5. So I guess a school teacher had this at one point. But now it is my tape. It's a 1986 special. Based on the book. Yeah, this one does 1996 on it. So yeah, this one, I can tell this one definitely is from 96. So yeah. Okay. The Polar Express 2005 VHS. Extremely ultra rare tape. Black Reels. October 24th, 2005. Okay. Another Columbia TriStar Christmas special one. The Nanny Christmas special. This is a 1995 like animated special, and this is a 1996 VHS release. The 150th day of 1996 and the 41st week of 1996. It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas movie. 2002 NBC special. 2003 released by MGM. I know there was I think an extremely rare NBC.com exclusive VHS, which I would love to get that if I ever came across it. This was also later, I believe, re-released on DVD by Universal. November 25th, 2003. Home for Christmas, starring Mickey Rooney. 1993 released by Rhino Home Video. Co-produced by New World Entertainment. August 20th, 1993 and August 22nd, 1993. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, starring Dylan and Cole Sprouse. From 2001, by Region Home Video, and actually by PPI Entertainment, I'm just now realizing. So, yeah, this is actually a PPI release. I didn't even really realize that until just now. Huh. Interesting. No print date. Then, okay. I know I said in the last part when I showed the features films for Families print this that I was going to show it later on, and then I switched up the order of the boxes. So, whoops. But here it is now in this part, the Martyr video print of the Angel doll. So yeah, I kind of messed up the order of the tapes I was going to show the tapes in, but here it is now. The 287th day of 2003. Oh, and this is a 4-rental from Village Video and DVD in Groton, New York. Merry Christmas. All she wants for Christmas is a mommy. From 2003 by New Concord. October 21st, 2003. 4-rental from Bilo Video. A Christmas Reunion from 1994 by Libra Home Entertainment, but distributed by A-Vision. Former Blockbuster rental. No print date. Disney's Where the Toys Come From, the 1990 release. There is a extremely rare 2002 VHS of this, which I would love to get that, and if I ever got that, it probably would replace this copy, but for right now, I'm okay with having this. Label on this one did fall off, so I taped it back on. July 17th, 1990. And it does have the film camera on tripod hologram sticker right there. A Christmas Wish, digi-restored first time in color, starring Jimmy Durante. This actually is a retelling of the movie The Great Rupert, which is actually a public domain film. And I believe there was also an Image Entertainment release of it, which I would like to maybe get. But yeah, this VHS was distributed by 20th Century Fox Home Entertainment. October 6, 2003, same print date as Mr. St. Nick, which you saw in last part. This is a 4-rental, but I do not know what video store it was from. And then the last one for this box is Roots the Gift. This is a sort of semi-Christmas special spun off from the Roots miniseries. 1988 special, 1992 released by Warner Home Video. It says a story of friendship, courage, and Christmas. January 27th, 1993, and January 29th, 1993. All right, so now on to, so that's that box. Now on to the next one. All right, we are very slowly getting down to the nitty-gritty of everything and coming towards the end of my collection, but there are still a lot more tapes to get through, so let's keep going. All right, so for this box, we're going to start off with volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Country's Family Reunion Christmas. These are from 1998 by the Caleb Associates. Yep. I think these might have been originally included in a... These probably were originally in a box set, but I got all 3 of them individually. So, yeah. Here's volume 1. Yep. And these come with this little, like, mail-in thing. So, yeah, these were, like, something that was distributed through a mail order. Yeah, no print date. Then here is volume 2. Yep. And volume 3. Okay. All right, and then next 1, 2, 3, 4. Next 5 are Family Horror Team, part of the Family Horror Entertainment Christmas Classics series. Here's Frosty Returns, 1993 VHS. Coders by Broadway Video, of course. Comes with this FHE little catalog thing. "36 Week of Nights High 3, generic barcode, so nothing at the end of this one, unfortunately. But still cool. Alright, and then these 4 are some of the later releases from, like, 1995. Here is Nick and Noel. Here it is. 40th Week of Nights High 5. And yes, this tape does have the super high excuse me, the super high pitched widescreen depth at the end, followed by static and then the cut tone, which I have done a video on this, and I think a couple other users have uploaded this closing as well, so you go find my video and find their videos as well. Christopher and Holly. "29th Week of Nights High 5. Yeah, I believe this has white. Yeah, this has widescreen depth at the end, just the regular one, I believe. I do not remember this had the cut tone or not after the static. I don't think it did. Yeah, I think this one had widescreen depth only at the end, if I remember correctly. Just the regular one. I forget. I have to check this tape again. But yeah. The Moo Family Holiday Hoedown. I think I got this one brand new sealed. And came with this thing for the Christmas Classic series. 34th Week of Nights High 5. Yeah, nothing at the end of this one. And Santa's Christmas Crash. Later reprint from the 49th Week of Nights High 8. Okay. Then next 4 here are by Warner Brothers. The Nutcracker Prince, 1991 VHS. This was, I believe, later re-released in a clamshell, but this is the original print, the original version. December 1st and December 2nd, Nights High 1. And then these other 3 are Rankin-Bass specials that were distributed by Warner Home Video. Here's the Rankin-Bass Jack Frost, Nights High 2 VHS. I think this was also part of some, like, public domain Christmas sets, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, either November 10th Nights High 4, and then I think this is supposed to say November 7th Nights High 4, but they accidentally stuck a 2 between the 0 and the 7. So yeah, this either is supposed to say either November 7th Nights High 4 or November 27th Nights High 4. So yeah, and then November 10th Nights High 4. So yeah. Nestor the Long-Eared Christmas Donkey. This is part of the Holiday Treasures series. 1990 VHS. October 17th, 1995. and Frosty's Winter Wonderland, one of the sequels to Rankin-Bass's Frosty the Snowman, told and sung by Andy Griffith. And yeah, it's got a list of some of the other Rankin-Bass specials that were released on VHS by Warner Home Video. This is a reprint. You can tell right there. October 9th and October 24th, 2002. And yeah, I think this might be recycled tape, because I think it has a little bit of blank film at the end of it. Okay. Next up are some of the Jim Henson specials that were released by Columbia, well, that were originally released by Jim Henson Video / Buena Vista, but then were later re-released by Columbia TriStar in Nights Night 8. I only have the Columbia TriStar releases of these. Here is Muppet Family Christmas. Label actually says 1996 on it for whatever reason. 46 Week of Nights Night 8. I believe Davini Troy either had or maybe still has an actual EP mode copy of this. That'd be kind of a cool thing to maybe find someday. So that's kind of a rare copy. But yeah. The Christmas Toy, Nights Night 8 Columbia TriStar Home Video release. Again, the label actually says 1996 on it. The 46 Week of Nights Night 8. And then Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. The Nights Night 8 Columbia TriStar Home Video release. Again, the label says 1996 for whatever unknown reason. Later printing from the 43rd Week of Nights Night 9, but this still maintains the same opening as the Nights Night 8 VHS. Okay. Here's a couple other ones by Good Times. The Colgate Comedy Hour starring Abbott and Costello Christmas Show. Yep. Yet another Abbott and Costello Christmas special that I have. 1988 release by Good Times. This uses the Good Times Movie Classics label, but I have checked and it is the right thing. We all know what this has at the end. And then Red Skeleton Christmas Show, Freddy and the Yuletide Doll, New Home Video this Christmas, a nostalgic Christmas special with Raggedy Ann, Harper Marx, and more. Nights Night 1 release by Good Times. Another one where the label started to peel off, so I taped it back on. We all know what this has at the end, of course. And then here's a couple other Red Skeleton ones that I have. Red Skeleton's Christmas Dinner, starring Red Skeleton as Freddy the Freeloader. From 1997 by Anchor Bay, Video Treasures, and RNG Video. The 273rd Day of Nights Night 8 said Red Skeleton Freddy the Freeloader on there instead of Red Skeleton's Christmas Dinner, but the stock numbers match, so we know it is the right one. This is an EP mode. And a Red Skeleton Christmas, which does include Freddy the Yuletide Doll, and also includes the Cop and the Anthem. The reason why I ended up keeping this print, even though this is on here, is because I believe, from what I could tell, this version is actually uncut and has some, like, I think some commercials and stuff, some stuff that was actually cut from this release. So, yeah, so that's why I kept both of these, because I think this one's actually uncut, whereas this one has some stuff edited on it. So, yeah, so that's why I ended up keeping this one as well. I was going to really donate this until I double-checked, and yeah, so I think I actually do need this for my collection, because, again, this is an uncut version, whereas this one, I believe, is edited. At least from what I could tell, anyway. Okay, just gotta make sure I put these tapes in the right order. So yeah, that's why I kept both of them. But anyway, this is from 1999 by Front Row Entertainment. It is an EP mode, and yeah, I believe this one did have the static roll at the end. A Bing Crosby Christmas Collector's Edition from Questar Video Collection. Great moments from 15 Christmas shows featuring Gene Kelly, Fred Astaire, Carol Burnett, Jackie Gleason, Mary Martin, Roy Clark, and many more. Bing sings White Christmas and 20 other favorites. Yep. The 297th day of 2002. Think this has static roll at the end? I forget. Here's Santa versus the Snowman, as seen in IMAX theaters, from the Academy Award-nominated creators of Jimmy Neutron. From 2004 by Universal. Yeah, this was a 3D IMAX movie. Has a little crack in the window, but tape still plays fine. 38th week of 2004. Okay, 3 more for this box. Gumby's Holiday Special. Which, yeah, this does include some Christmas shorts and also some other holiday specials as well. But yeah, I just have this as part of the Christmas VHS collection. FHE release. From 1986, however, this is a later reprint. This includes Santa, Witch, Scrooge, Loose, The Golden Gosling, Pigeon in a Plum Tree, Pilgrims on the Rocks, Pokey's Price, Son of Liberty, and Gumby Crosses the Delaware. Yeah, it's 1980. Well, it says 1987, but this is an even later reprint. Yeah, it is an EP mode tape. 38th week of 1990. And yeah, this does have the widescreen def. Actually, the clicking tone version at the end, surprisingly, despite it being an EP mode tape. So yeah, it has clicking widescreen def, static, and then cut tone. A Family Circus Christmas. Another one from FHE. Yeah, this was originally a 1980-something release, but this is a much later reprint. It says 1989 on the label there. But it's actually an even later printing from the 39th week of 1992. I believe this only has widescreen def, clicking tone at the end, and then static. I do not remember this having the cut tone, but I'm going to have to check again to see if it does actually have the cut tone on it. And last one for this box is The Night Before Christmas, the 1994 version by Sony Wonder and Golden Films. Yep, it is an extended play. This one's got the ink labels. And no print date. Alright, so that's it for this box. Now on to the next one. Oh yeah, we are definitely in the home stretch by this point. We basically all we have left now is this box right here, that one that's back there, which that'll be in part 5, and then the couple of ones I have that are not with my collection, but are part of my Christmas collection anyway. So yeah, we're really getting down to the nitty-gritty, like I said, but we still got some more tapes to get through, so let's go. And this is also the points where we start getting to some of the more really weirder and kind of more obscure tapes, as I'm sure you've probably already noticed already. Anyways, let's continue. Next one up is this Christmas Classics Over 3 Hours of Holiday Cartoons release. Has 21 cartoons in total. This is from 1992 by Burbank Video. And here are all the cartoons that it includes. Yep. It's in color and color toned. Here it is. September 4th, 1994. And yeah, it actually is an EP mode instead of LP mode. And yeah, this actually has the Video Treasures tracking control screen, FBI warning, and logo followed by the Burbank Video logo. So yeah, it's actually technically a Burbank Video / Video Treasures release. So yeah. Then here's another public domain Christmas cartoon tape. A Present for Santa and Christmas Toy Shop. This is from 1998 by Good Times Home Video. Here it is. Yeah, this one I might eventually end up getting rid of at some point because pretty much most of what's on here is already on this release. So I technically don't even really need this, but for right now I just kind of have it. Again, if I have to make room for other Christmas tapes I eventually get, this one might end up getting the boot at some point, but for right now, I'm okay to having this just as part of the collection. And yeah, we all know what this has at the end again, since it is a Good Times tape. Here is Cedarmont Kids Christmas Carols. 15 classic Christmas carols for children. Over 30 minutes of live-action sing-along video. It's from, Benson Music Group. I do have this on CD as well, which you will see when we do my Christmas CD collection. No print date. Okay. Up next, we have both of the original Disney sing-along songs Christmas specials. Very Merry Christmas Songs and the 12 Days of Christmas. So here is Disney Sing-Along Songs, Very Merry Christmas Songs, the 1990 release. Originally released in 1988 as the 5th volume, but then it was later re-released in 1990 as Volume 8. Yeah, I stuck the I stuck the proof of purchase on the back of the case right there. This is the sticker label copy. September 25th, 1992. And then here is Volume 12, The 12 Days of Christmas, from 1993. This was the final sing-along release to be released in the second wave. Then this was later re-released in 1994, and then re-released again in 2001, which the 2001 release is extremely rare, and I know Fabian has that version, and I think a couple other people, but yeah, it'd be cool if I got that copy for my collection as well. But for now, I just have the original 1993 release. Again, this is Volume 12, like I said. August 26, 1993. Printed on my mom's birthday in 1993. And then next one up is one that I'm not really a huge fan of, but it is cool to have this because it is an extremely rare. Well, it's already a rare tape, but this is a rare promotional copy of it. My Little Pony: A Very Minty Christmas. You can see right here, it is a promotional copy. For distributor promotion use only, not for sale, rooms of duplication, or public performance. Yeah, this is from 2005, so it's already kind of rare, but this is a rare promotional copy of it. Here it is. Oh, it's on the side. It's on the side here. The 29th week of 2005. So, yeah, this is cool to have since it is a rare promotional copy. Even though I don't really care much for the early 2000s or G3 MLP. Obviously, though, G4 MLP, 1,000 times more superior than G3 MLP. And G5 is pretty good as well, but obviously G4 far superior by a landslide. Anyway, here's yet another version of the Nutcracker. This is from the American Ballet Theater presents Mikhail Barinskov in The Nutcracker, the most beloved ballet of all time. This is a 1993 release by Metacom. Bonus booklet inside. Well, unfortunately, this does not include that because I bought it used. And this is an EP mode. It's pretty cool red labels. And yeah, and in case you're wondering where my that other Nutcracker tape I got earlier this year, the one by Connoisseur Video Collection, is unfortunately that tape was extremely damaged. It basically had the same problems as Air Supply, Live in Hawaii, and a couple other of the ones I had that were severely damaged. And I tried a method to fix it, and it didn't really end up working. And I decided I didn't really need it anyway, so I figured, heck it, and I just got rid of it. So, yeah, that's why that tape is not being shown as part of this edition, in case anyone's wondering where that tape is. But, yeah. Like I said, I didn't really need it anyway, because I already have, like, multiple other versions of the Nutcracker, but hopefully I'll come across that tape. Hopefully I'll come across a better copy of that tape, at some point. Who knows? Anyways, here is Happy Holidays, the Indy Williams Christmas Show. From Moon River Enterprises. One of his old Christmas TV variety shows, I believe. March 29th, 2001, and November 8th, 2001. It's weird the two print dates are that far apart from each other. So, yeah, I'm going to assume this is probably a 2001 tape. Then, Sharon Lewis and Bram, Candies, Snow, and Mistletoe. A magical Yuletide musical from the stars of The Elephant Show. 1994 released by Drive Entertainment / Broadway Video. This is actually a promotional copy. No printing on this. Okay, here's a couple other ones I have by Video Treasures. Christmas with Luciano Pavarotti. This is a 1989 release. This was later re-released with a different cover as well, I believe. This is an EP mode copy. Later reprint from March 30th, 1992. And then here is The Music of Christmas in the Holy Land, featuring 11 of the most beautiful songs of Christmas, presented in stereo. This one is co-produced by Saban Video. 1991 release. Yep, LP mode one, no print date. Here is Sing Along Christmas, Great Family Entertainment, from 1988 by Parade Video / Peter Pan Industries. And there's no label on this tape, but it does have an N label. And yeah, oversized reels once again. Okay. A Merry Musical Christmas with the Strolling Carolers, your favorite Christmas songs. This is a Best Film and Video Corporation release. Not sure when this was released. But, yeah. EP mode, of course. Okay. Got a few more UAV tapes right here. I can grab these. There we go. Got a few more UAV tapes. The Andy Griffith Show, A Christmas Story, 1989 tape. Later reprint using the 1991 labels. Howdy Doody Christmas, Features How to Do These Christmas, plus Santa's Workshop, Punch and Judy Christmas, and Christmas Toy Shop. Yeah, again, these are all public domain shorts, and again, technically these are also part of that Christmas Classics one, so again, technically I don't really need this one either, but for right now, I'll just keep it until I have to eventually weed out some stuff to make room for other Christmas tapes. But this is from 1987. It's part of that same series as that Santa Claus Conquers the Martians ones that we saw in the first part. And then up next, I actually have two different copies of this one. Why, I'm not really sure, but I just have two of them. Santa's Pocket Watch. So here is the 1989 release by UAV. Again, 1991 reprint. Yep, EP mode, of course. And then here is a 2001 release by Frontrunner Entertainment, which this version comes with a couple other bonus Christmas cartoons. Santa's Surprise and Hector's Hectic Life. Yeah, so yeah, this actually has a couple bonus cartoons, whereas this version only contains just that one short. So I guess that's, but again, these two cartoons, I believe, are also part of that Burbank Video Christmas compilation tape. So again, I probably only really need to keep this one, I guess, technically. But for right now, I guess I'll just keep them both. Yeah, this one's an EP mode, and I believe this had static roll at the end as well. Okay. But got a couple more by a couple of other ones released by Burbank Video. Here's Dickens' Classic Christmas Carol. This features Oh Come All Ye Faithful, plus a live-action The Christmas Carol short narrated by Vincent Price, apparently. From 1989, 27 minutes. So yeah, yet another version of A Christmas Carol. No label on this tape, unfortunately. But I have checked, and I believe it is the right tape. And Christmas East and West. This features Christmas in Hong Kong, A Collection of Carols, and Silent Night. Uses a kind of generic label. The Christmas Tree Story from Loma Enterprises and Earthwalk Entertainment Video Productions. Yeah, from Earthwalk Entertainment. Which it says right here, actually, print on recyclable paperboard, please recycle. And yeah, this is actually a red tape, and it's got a super oversized label right there. And yeah, it's one of these ones that has like this kind of funky looking design on it, like some of the Walt Disney World Vacation planning videos from like 94 or 95. And it has a print date right here, actually, December 7th, 1994. So yeah, it's kind of a unique looking tape right there. Okay. Here's another. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna show. Okay. I'll show this one. I'm going to show this one next. Keeper of the Peace: A Christmas Story, from the director of Christie. 1999 release by Paraclate Video Productions. Okay, here's two other ones I have by Questar. An Irish Christmas, a musical celebration, a Galway Christmas. It does have those Quest Star printings on it, but I don't believe this actually had the black screen depth at the end. I think it might have just had the static roll, or nothing. Yeah, but this is not the black screen depth at the end. That I definitely do remember, at least anyway. And then The Story of Silent Night, featuring the Vienna Boys Choir. This one's got a black sticker label. Again, those printings on there, but I believe this... But yeah, this did not have a black screen depth at the end, and again, I can't even remember if this had the static roll or nothing. I did check some of these tapes before, I just kind of forgot what they had. But I know this did not have a black screen depth at the end, despite having those printings on there. But, oh well. The Night Before Christmas and more Christmas... Alright, let me start that again. The Night Before Christmas and More Christmas Stories from Scholastic Video Collection. It's from New Video from 2002 by New Video / Weston Woods. This features The Night Before Christmas, Max's Christmas, Morris's Disappearing Bag, and Owl Moon. Recommended for ages 2 to 8. Yeah, no printing on this one. And it does have that screw in the center. But, yeah. Home for Christmas with Billy Graham and Friends. 1991 released by Worldwide Pictures Home Video. 56 minutes, not rated. No print date. Okay. 3 more for part 4 here. Agatha Christie's Perrault, Hercule Poirot's Christmas, a feature-length Poirot mystery. This is a sort of semi-Christmas special spawned off from the Perrault series. This is another one by Acorn Media. This is from 2001. No Holiday for Evil. Yeah, it's no print date, but it's got these printings, and it does have the Anchor Bay style printings on the top right there. And then the last 2 for this part are actually both by Brentwood Music. Not to be I believe not to be confused with Brentwood Home Video. This one's actually a Brentwood Kids release. This is Kids Sing Christmas Around the World, a live-action sing-along video adventure. Yep. There you go. And last one for part 4, a Smoky Mountain Christmas video featuring handcrafted instruments. The original Smoky Mountain music. I'm not sure what year either of these are from because the dates are in Roman numerals. But yeah. Alright, so that is it for part 4, which ended up being just under an hour. Alright, so I guess, yeah, I have this in this box marked Christmas videos. I know, yeah. Anyways, that is it for part 4, and we got one more part left where we will cover the final box, which is shoved all the way back there, and then the couple other titles I have that are Christmas-related titles, but aren't with my Christmas tapes at the moment. I may eventually fix that at some point. And you guys will see some UK Christmas tapes as well, which I had for a while, but I just never showed before in previous editions. Well, this year I'm going to make up for that. So, yeah, so one more part, again, featuring that box, plus the few other ones I have that are not with my Christmas tapes. And then that'll be it. And then eventually I will do my Christmas CD collection, which will just be one big video, and I'm going to do that a bit differently than how I did this video, because, yeah. Anyways, that is it for part 4, and I will see y'all in the final part, which will be part 5. And if I happen to, by the way, if I happen to get any other Christmas tapes between like me filming these and Christmas, then I'll just make like either like a little update or like a part 6, basically. That's how I'm gonna do this. So, all right, so yeah, so anyway, that's it, and see y'all in part 5.